Have you ever heard of Hitori Kakurenbo? It's a form of communicating with the dead, similar to Kokuri-san, and it's said that when you perform it, various supernatural events will occur. Detailed instructions on how to play were posted on the Ni-chan occult forums in April 2006, and people who tried it met with baffling phenomena, one after the other. Then it spread even further, thanks to the internet. Hello, and welcome to the very last episode of Toshiden, exploring Japanese urban legends. I'm your host, Tara A. Devlin, and on this week's show, we're going to be talking about one of the most popular urban legends of recent times, and also one of my favorites, Hitori Kakurenbo. Hitori Kakurenbo, or lone hide and seek in English, is a type of game or ritual. Some say it's the modern-day Kokuri-san, a popular game that school children used to play that's similar to the Western Ouija board. It's a game of hide and seek involving one person and a stuffed toy, and it's said that if you play, you'll either die or be cursed. Why would anyone want to play it then? Because if you're successful, a bunch of supernatural stuff will happen, and you'll make it out to the other end with a cool story to tell. The internet is full of blog posts and YouTube videos of people playing the game, because nothing gets more brownie points than surviving an urban legend for all to see. As with many legends of this nature, the game is said to be the creation of several university students. They wanted to study how and how far an urban legend would travel, so they created the story on purpose before distributing it to the internet. As the legend stated earlier, it first appeared on Ni-chan in April 2006 and has been a fixture of supernatural challenges ever since. But how do you play it? Let's take a look. You'll need the following items before you start. 1. A stuffed toy that has legs and arms attached with thread. 2. Rice. 3. A sewing needle and red sewing thread. 4. A kitchen knife or box cutter. 5. A cup of salt water. 6. Nail clippers. And 7, which is optional for those who are brave enough, you'll need animal meat, your own hair, and blood. Now that you've prepared all your items, here's what you do with them. 1. Prepare everything by 3 a.m. 2. Remove all the thread from the stuffed toy. 3. Put rice inside the toy. 4. Cut your nails with the clippers and put a fragment in the toy. Then, sew it back up with the red thread. If you were brave or stupid enough to also prepare meat, hair, and blood, put those in as well. 5. Once you've finished sewing the stuffed toy back up, continue to wrap the red thread around it and then tie it up. 6. Give the toy a name. At this point, you're ready to start the game, and here's how you do it. 1. Turn towards the toy and say, First, I'll be it. 3 times. 2. Go to the bathroom and submerge the toy in a bathtub full of water. 3. Leave the room and turn off all the lights in the house, leaving only the TV on. Make sure the TV is only displaying white noise. Close your eyes and count to 10. 4. With the knife or box cutter in hand, make your way back to the bathroom. You can head straight there, or you can wander around for a bit. What's important here is the atmosphere. 5. Once you've returned to the stuffed toy, say, "I found you," and add the toy's name, and then stab it with the knife. 6. Next, say, "Now you're it," and leave the toy with the knife stuck in it. Now it's your turn to hide. A closet or anywhere is okay. Just make sure you hide, and make sure you have salt water with you. 7. Strange and supernatural things will occur, but stay in your hiding spot. You must remember to finish the game within 2 hours, however. So these are the basics to playing Hitori Kakurenbo, but there are a few more rules that you should keep in mind if you decide to play. 1. You must not leave the house while playing. 2. You mustn't turn any lights on. You can only use a torch, and even then, only if it's truly dangerous. 3. Make sure you keep the salt water near you at all times. 4. Stay quiet when you're hiding. 5. Don't play for longer than 2 hours. 6. Always make sure to play alone. 7. If you live with family at the same time you play the game, it will affect them as well. 8. You must remain calm. And 9. If something feels wrong, end the game right away. But how exactly do you end the game? So far, none of the rules have mentioned it, right? Ending the game is actually quite simple. Or it is in theory, anyway. Take a swig of the salt water, and with it in your mouth, you must make your way back to the stuffed toy. In general, the stuffed toy should still be in the bathroom where you left it. But there have been cases of the toys supposedly going missing, or being found in other parts of the house. Either way, you must find the toy and pour the contents of the salt water cup over it, and then the salt water from your mouth. The order is very important. Cup first, mouth second. Then repeat, "I win," 3 times, and it's game over. Once you've finished, you must make sure to burn the stuffed toy. This is also very important. By this point, the thing probably has a major grudge against you for all it's undergone, so it's best to kill it with fire just to be sure. The following is a rather famous account of someone who played Hitori Kakurenbo and later posted about it on Nichan. I just got done playing Hitori Kakurenbo and some serious shit went down. Do you guys mind if I tell you about it? It was seriously insane, so I'd like your permission before I say anything. Never mind. I'm gonna tell you guys my story anyway. You've heard about Hitori Kakurenbo and how dangerous it is, right? That game where you do something and you might die, yeah? I wanted to play it, but I was too scared, so I ended up playing my own version. Hear me out. First, this is how I prepared. I put salt and a little of my own blood inside a teru teru bozu, a Japanese handmade doll that resembles a Western ghost. I was alone at home, so I made sure to lock the house. I turned off all the lights and filled the bathtub with water. Then, I put the teru teru bozu in the water before hiding. And you can hide anywhere, but you can't go outside, right? At least, I had vague memories of that anyway. But here's where things got dangerous. After I put the teru teru bozu in the tub, you're allowed to freely move around for a minute, right? But after 1 minute has passed, you can't move. There was nowhere to hide in the bathroom. After 1 minute passed, I called out twice, "Teru teru bozu-san! Teru teru bozu-san! I'm ready!" And here is where the real action starts. Scaredy cats should probably stop reading now. I decided to hide under the kotatsu, the heated table. I was scared, so I made sure to take my phone with me. 5 minutes passed, but nothing happened. I figured that playing the game with my own style was no good, and I was about to give up when I heard something. I was excited, like, no way, it can't really be here. At any rate, I was about to leave the kotatsu and head to the bathroom when my phone started vibrating. Who the hell was calling at this time of night? But when I looked at my phone, the power was off. At once a chill fell over me and I ran to the bathroom. But when I got there, the teru teru bozu was gone. At this point, I reached peak fear levels. Honestly, I just wanted to stop. I vaguely remembered that stopping halfway through was the most dangerous thing to do though, so I decided to stick it out. I recalled that finding the teru teru bozu and saying that I had found him would end the game, so I went looking for him. I thought about where I should look for it when I realized I needed to pee. Why now? I thought, and reluctantly went to the toilet. There's no way it could be in here, right? But as I thought, there was nothing there. I quickly finished my business and flushed the toilet, but it was clogged or something. The water wasn't going anywhere. There's got to be something stuck in there, I thought, and when I looked closer, I saw a large wad of hair floating there. I was about to blow my stack. I was going to take a picture and post it on here, but then I remembered my battery was flat. I was so worked up I ended up dropping my phone in the toilet. But then I was so disgusted looking at the hair that I just flushed again, and this time it went, along with my phone. Anyway, I decided to keep looking for the teru teru bozu. To be honest, I live in a tiny, shitty, run-down apartment, so there aren't that many places to hide. Just the closet and the room with the family altar. I decided to go there first. The altar for my mother is there, but, well, you'll understand more about that later. There was nothing in the room, but I have a single photo of my mother in there. That photo was turned upside down. So much was happening at the time though that I didn't really notice it. Next was the only place left to hide, the closet. I was so scared I didn't want to open it. But if I didn't find the Teru Bozu, the game wouldn't end. So I prepared myself, and I opened it, ready to die. But the bastard wasn't there. I stopped to think about where the thing could be, but then I heard a noise coming from the altar room. Huh? There was nothing there before, I thought, and went towards it. The altar room is an old Japanese style, but it's still got lights, right? The old ka-ching type, where you pull the string and they turn on. The Teru Bozu was hanging upside down from it. I was surprised to see it there, of course. But something else flashed through my head at the same time. In reality, my mother hung herself in that room. As soon as I remembered it, I passed out. For real. When I came to, I was in front of the altar. I couldn't remember what happened, but it soon came back to me. I freaked out and ran around, but I couldn't find the Teru Bozu again. Looking closer, I saw it was light outside, and the fear dissipated. In the end, I never found the Teru Bozu again, but I said, "Found you!" and unlocked the door anyway. I finished the game. Like this version that was shared on Nichan, there are several ways you can play the game. Here's another popular method. 1. At 3 a.m, fill a bathtub with salt water and light 10 candles around it. Turn off all the other lights in the room. 2. Remove the thread from a stuffed toy, put rice and a chicken heart inside, then sew it back up. 3. Put the stuffed toy in the bath, then say, "First, I'm it," and stab the toy with a knife. 4. Say, "Now you're it," and hide somewhere, like in a closet. And 5. To finish the game, you must remove the heart from the toy and say, "I win." But be careful if you decide to play hide and seek alone. You never know what you might bring back with you. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who listened to Toshiden. I had a lot of fun making the show, and hearing from people who enjoyed it made it all the more worthwhile. The Kawabana podcast will be continuing as usual, and as always, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon at Tara A. Devlin. Thank you for listening to the show, and I'll hopefully see you over at Kawabana as well. Thanks. Want even more scary stories? Head over to kawabana.net for new translations every week. You can also join our Patreon for exclusive stories you won't find anywhere else. Head over to kawabana.net now.